Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and we talk about a newly shown item or items from San Diego Comic-Con 2018. This time we have Figuarts booth, and I'm going to talk about their Marvel figures that they did show. So obviously they're in full swing with the Infinity War line, and they have shown like kind of their entire line there in a really nice kind of styled stance pose diorama setup, which is very cool. Just wanted to talk about these briefly. We have the new Iron Spider-Man figure. Now this one did go on pre-order. He looks quite nice. As you can see, that hip articulation is really on point. That looks wonderful, especially, you know, with that right hip, of course, being up so high. The mechanical arms look very thick. I wish that they were thinner. Now, you know, because they're thicker, they're going to be a little more sturdy, but they're just, they look a little clunky being that thick, but it's still nice to see an Iron Spider-Man with the mechanical arms, considering most of the toy companies, or at least Hasbro, didn't make him with the mechanical arms. Then we have the Winter Soldier, Bucky, or the White Wolf. You know, he's got so many names at this point. But anyway, he's looking okay. I don't think he looks great. I think that the face sculpt looks pretty nice for Figuarts, but he looks very clean. Like I wish that there were some more lines in his clothing, because it doesn't even look like he's wearing clothes, because it's like, especially around the thighs and the torso, he's just so smooth. You know, I wish that there was a little bit more going on there to make it look a little more realistic. But I'm sure he's gonna have good articulation, of course, and for a character that's supposed to hold guns, I think that that articulation is gonna be pretty necessary for some more dynamic poses, which is nice. But figure-wise, I think it looks a little plain in my opinion, to be honest. Hulk looks very nice. I do like the kind of rips in his pants, although I wish that there was I wish that the pants were sculpted over those rips. Those just look like they're painted on, which is a shame. But I think the figure overall looks pretty nice, and the head sculpt looks pretty good. Obviously, if you wanted a shorter hair Hulk, this is the one for you. But there have been Hulks in the past. We have Black Widow. Black Widow looks good. Like, her body sculpt, I think, looks really nice. I like the accessories she comes with. The head sculpt, I don't think is great, though. I think that the hair is a little too pointed at the bottom. It comes down, but it's a little more curly at the bottom than this. I think this is a little too structured. And the face sculpt doesn't resemble Scarlett Johansson very much. This is one of the kind of worst ones I've seen from Figuarts face-wise, in my opinion. Iron Man looks very nice. I do like how shiny he is, and of course he does come with some really nice accessories that kind of showcase the, you know, interesting things about the extremis, or not extremis, but the bleeding edge armor, so I do like that quite a bit. Captain America looks good. Face sculpt is off. It definitely is. But the body I do like. The weapon that he comes with, that's Corvus Glaive's a scepter spear thing. That looks a little clean. I wish that it was a little darker, I have to say. But overall, it looks like a decent figure. Figuarts is just, you know, they're really good for articulation wise. So these figures will all be great articulation wise for sure. Then we have the Hulkbuster, the new version. I think this one looks really cool. I like it quite a bit. I've, you know, slowly grown to really enjoy the Hulkbuster design in Infinity War. I think this looks like one of the best representations of it so far. Of course, Hot Toys being the only better one yet, you know, so far at least from what I've seen. But this looks like an excellent figure. Definitely very pricey though. Then we have Black Panther, which looks quite nice. He was shown quite a while ago, but he looks pretty good. Falcon looks very nice. They've been showing Falcon for the longest time. I don't know if they're ever actually going to put him on pre-order. But he looks pretty decent. Again, he's got some of the same issues as Bucky, where his costume looks a little too clean and slick. It doesn't even look like a costume. It looks like it's just his body, which is just very odd. So I'm not a big fan of that. But the wings, I think, look very nice. And the head sculpt looks pretty decent as well. Thanos is already out. This Thanos figure I'd actually really like, because I like the fact that it comes with multiple expressions. This expression in particular is one that I really like, and he also comes with a hand that's snapping, which I think is really cool. That's one of the best things about it, and that's something that's incredibly unique. No other toy company has come out with a snapping Thanos. But he looks really cool. I do like the very shiny, bright gold on the gauntlet. Again, though, he looks very smooth. Like, I wish that they would add more wrinkles into their costumes, because they look just way too like they're all wearing spandex, and like even like torso spandex. It just looks really odd. There's not natural wrinkles in them, which is definitely a shame. But I think that figure looks really cool. I like the pose they have it in as well. Then from Ant-Man and the Wasp, we have Wasp. I think she looks very nice. I definitely like her costume quite a bit. The coloring looks a little light, but I think that that's just a flash from the camera. I think that in person, it'll probably look a little bit better. But overall, she does look very nice, and I do like the way that her wings are sculpted. I do hope that she comes with an Evangeline Lilly, Hope Van Dyne head sculpt. That would be quite nice. But yeah, the helmet looks really cool. I like how shiny it is. Oops. Alright, there's also Ant-Man that comes with an ant. You can call him Antony if you'd like. This one I actually think is really cool. First of all, the Ant-Man figure himself looks nice. Let's get a look at that. Yeah, the figure looks nice. I do like the dark red. It looks very deep. And the silver on the helmet looks just like extreme. I definitely like that quite a bit. But the ant itself looks really cool. I like how big it is. I just don't know if the legs are going to be able to support the body. That was an issue with the 3¼ inch version from Hasbro, which came with an ant. And I did purchase that one. But the issue was that the legs really couldn't support the body and they would fall off and things like that. And the way that this one is standing, it doesn't look like the legs are supporting the body either. So I'm not quite sure if they just don't have it posed right, or if it's going to have the same problem as the Hasbro one, because that would be very nice. I hope that it can stand perfectly, because if it can stand like nicely, this would be a really cool set. It is going to retail for $100, as you can see, coming out in October. I think it's very cool. I don't personally plan to get it. I'm not a big fan of bugs. I don't really want a massive bug in my house, but I do like the concept of this. It would be fun to like mess around with and take pictures, but I certainly don't need it. But it does look cool, and $100 actually isn't bad. I mean, because your average Figuarts figure is like, what is it, like $60? Maybe, I guess with shipping it's like $70, so it's like $60, I think. So, you know, extra $40 for the ant is well worth it, because the ant is huge. So I definitely like that quite a bit. And the ant looks like there's some pretty decent detail in there. But yeah, overall, the Marvel display from Figuarts is quite nice. I do like the figures they have on display. Wish that they would do some of the Black Order. I think that they would be really cool. A lot of the companies are kind of neglecting them, so I would certainly love to see that from them. But overall, I do think that they have a nice, solid lineup from Infinity War, and I do like the figures that they have coming out from Ant-Man and the Wasp. So let me know what you guys think of the Marvel display from Figuarts at San Diego Comic-Con 2018, and thanks so much for watching.